tonight's MC is Dodgers play-by-play broadcaster, Joe Davis.
Thank you, Todd. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the induction ceremony for the newest legend of Dodger baseball, Orel Hershiser. Tonight, Orel joins a group of the greatest ever to wear this uniform. The first Legends class was honored in 2019. Steve Garvey, Don Newcomb, Fernando Valenzuela, and then Kirk Gibson and Maury Wills joined them last year. Earlier this year, the wonderful Manny Mota became a legend of Dodger baseball. But tonight, it's all about the man that wore 55 and who gave special Dodger meaning to 59 and 88. Please direct your attention to Dodger Vision as Rob Lowe narrates the story of the player who went from underdog to the bulldog.
And now it's a case of everybody up. A crowd of 56,000 at Dodger Stadium tonight. And now the chant, Orel, Orel.
At first, he was the underdog. Orel Hershiser was bypassed for the varsity team of his high school twice. He didn't make the cut at Bowling Green University twice. Everything seemingly failed. The grades, the girlfriend, the game of baseball. Orel decided to hitchhike home and start over. The young man who resembled a college professor returned to Bowling Green, and on May 4th, 1979, he threw a no-hitter. That year, Dodger scout Boyd Barkley sent a report to the Dodgers about the tall, skinny right-hander. It read, "In spite of appearance, is a tough competitor." The Dodgers chose Orel Leonard Hershiser in the 17th round of the 1979 Major League Baseball draft. In 1983, he arrived with the Dodgers and came face-to-face with Tommy Lasorda. Frustrated by Orel's timid approach to pitching and with no patience for any underdog stories, a bulldog was born.
I said to him, "You know what your problem is? You say, I better not throw the ball there or the guy's going to hit it. Instead of saying, I'm going to throw the ball there and he's not going to hit it." And I said, "And furthermore, I don't like your first name, Orel. So I'm changing it. From now on, your name is Bulldog. You're going to walk like a bulldog. You're going to act like a bulldog. You're going to pitch like a bulldog." He went on to become one of the greatest pitchers of our time.
Summer of '84. He gives a preview of the great things to come. 3 shutouts in July and a near-perfect game. '85, a Cy Young Award finalist. '87, an All-Star. '88, the master of the house.
Breaking ball got him looking. 8 strikeouts for Orel Hershiser.
Orel has one of the most incredible seasons in Dodger history. A Major League record 59 consecutive scoreless innings to pass Don Drysdale, the NLCS MVP, the World Series MVP, and the Cy Young Award. 1990, the Crossroads. Hershiser undergoes a revolutionary shoulder surgery by Dr. Frank Jobe. 1991, the comeback. 95, he signs with Cleveland. 2000, the final act in a Dodger uniform.
Looking back at what we call the good old days, watching time keep marching on. I wish I'd known I was living in the good old days before those good old days were gone.
I'm thankful for the memories, but I'm really thankful that they continue today and that I get to be in the booth and I get to be in the organization. I get to be around old friends and new friends and people that are impacted by the Los Angeles Dodgers. So my good old days are continuing in a new vein. But remembering the good old days when I had the uniform on and was performing, I am so thankful for those days.
Before those good old days were gone.
Today, we appreciate you, Orel Hershiser, from underdog to bulldog. And now, you have a new moniker, Legend of Dodger Baseball.
As you can see, we have many special guests here with us tonight. We're joined by members of the 1988 World Series champion Dodgers. Let's hear it for the general manager, Fred Claire, and Orel's teammates from '88. Please stand, guys. Player, coach, and broadcaster who's been a member of the Dodger organization since 1969. And so he's been here for Orel's entire career, from playing to broadcasting. He's a legend of Dodger baseball himself, Manny Mota. Our next guest was Orel's first throwing partner in the big leagues. They were teammates until 1987. They were opponents in the '88 World Series, but they've been bus buddies all along. Welcome back to the longtime Dodger pitching coach, Rick Honeycutt. This left-hander joined the Dodger organization right around the same time that Orel did in 1979, and they both become Cy Young Award winners, World Series legends, and eventually Dodger broadcasters. It's another legend of Dodger baseball, Fernando Valenzuela. You guys saw in that video there, Orel was a 17th round pick. Just trying to hang on, just trying to learn anything he could to stick. And that's when he met a Hall of Famer that would change his life. A decade later, when Orel was the World Series MVP, he became the first Dodger pitcher to be that since that Hall of Famer that he met years before. You know who it is. It's the greatest left-handed pitcher of all time. Number 32, Sandy Koufax. And our first speaker tonight was one of the men in the booth calling Orel's playing career. For 64 seasons, the Spanish language voice of the Dodgers, a Hall of Famer. Please welcome Jaime Jarrín.
¿Qué tal, amables amigos, damas y caballeros? A todos, muy buenas tardes, muy buenas noches. Es para mí un placer enorme haber sido invitado a participar en esta ceremonia en homenaje a Orel Hershiser. It has been a pleasure to watch Orel's baseball journey for the past 40 years. His incredible 1988 season brought back such wonderful memories of watching Dan Drysdale's streak of 6 consecutive shutouts. I know Dan was very proud of Orel and was so happy that the scoreless innings record stayed in the Dodger family. I still marvel how Orel continued that incredible pitching against the Mets and the Athletics in the playoffs. Orel's performance reminded me of Sandy Koufax at the top of his game in the 1965 World Series, making his teammates believe that anything is possible. Like Dan Drysdale, Orel eventually became a broadcaster and a treasure linked to Dodger history. He represents the Dodger organization with class and dignity while describing the feats of a few generations of baseball heroes. Felicitaciones al Bulldog. Congratulations, Bulldog. Are you a Bulldog tonight or a Chihuahua?
Thank you, Jaime. For several people that couldn't make it tonight, still, of course, wanted to be sure to send their best. So if you would, please take another look at Dodger Vision.
Orel, congratulations on your induction into the Legends of Dodger Baseball. Long overdue and so well deserved. We can talk about all the accolades on the field, which are Hall of Fame-esque, but more importantly, what you meant to me as not only a teammate, but also after your career as a mentor and a friend. I appreciate everything you've done. I continue to look forward to working together, and congratulations.
Orel Hershiser, welcome to the Legends of Dodger Baseball, and so well deserved. I'll open the door for you.
Just want to say, Orel, congratulations on being elected to the Legends of Dodger Baseball. You deserve it as much as anybody, and I'm just really happy for you. Congratulations.
Hello, Orel. Congratulations. Welcome to the club.
Orel, congratulations on being inducted into the Legends of Dodger Baseball. As a pitcher, you are great, but as a person, you are MVP. Congratulations, amigo.
This is Mike Slosha. Sorry I can't be there tonight for your induction in the Legends of Dodger Baseball, but I will tell you it is a well-deserved honor. What you did during your career was magnificent, but what you did in 1988 was so special to all of us, and we had the best seat in the house to watch all your accomplishments that year and also through your whole career. So congratulations, enjoy this great honor. God bless you all, and we'll catch up soon.
Orel Hershiser, my favorite one. JT here. Just wanted to say congratulations on such a tremendous honor. Obviously, there's been so many great names in the Dodger franchise history, but I think everyone will agree that the Bulldog is right there at the top of that list. Everything you've accomplished and everything you're continuing to contribute to the game of baseball right there in the city of Los Angeles is something to truly be very proud of. Congratulations, miss you, and hope to see you soon.
Our next speaker was Orel's teammate and is now his teammate in the broadcast booth. He was a key member of the '81 World Championship team and now a longtime Dodger broadcaster. Please welcome Rick Monday.
Well, Orel, it was about a week ago on the bus from the hotel in Arlington, Texas on the way to the stadium. You found out that I was going to speak tonight, and you turned and you asked, are you going to be kind? I didn't waste any time, and I said, heck no. So when he was talking about when he was a rookie and came up, and we kept hearing about this guy named Hershiser. So we went over to back fields one day, and we saw this guy that was pitching. The uniform didn't fit. It was like a high school coach that realized 20 minutes before the game started that he didn't have a pitcher. And he told his assistant to go in the library and grab the tallest guy he could find because the only uniform they had was an extra large. But there was something about Orel Hershiser when he made his appearance on the mound and the way that he pitched that you wanted to see the next pitch thrown, and the next one, and the next one. And a lot of us up here saw a lot of pitches that he made once he got better and made it to the big leagues and made his mark. But from the back fields, you start to look at a lot of different things that he was able to do. Orel also asked me on that bus, how was I as a rookie? And I told him very honestly that he was a pain in the family because he asked questions. But he asked them in the right way, and he was the right type of a pain because he wanted to know not just how to throw the ball. How are you effectively throwing the ball and getting that hit around? But he learned how to pitch. He also learned how to win. And there's a difference. And when you're part of a team, you learn how to win, and it takes work. And he's bright enough and strong-headed enough to where he wanted to learn. He asked coaches, he asked pitchers, he asked hitters, he asked umpires, he asked ushers, he asked parking lot attendants. But he was bright enough to understand that all the information that he got, there was some of that information that would work, and some of the information he should ignore. Well, he went on, and obviously his numbers were out of this world. But to give you an idea on how exact he was, he's like the guy that would ask you what time it is, and while he wanted to know the time, he really wanted to know what made the hands move on the clock that gave you the accurate time to be able to tell you it's 5:20 and you're being inducted as a Dodger legend. That's the kind of a proposal that he made each and every time that he took the field, whether it was in uniform, whether it was preparing. So when he talked about Orel Hershiser, he wanted to know what's the grip on the fastball. If I have pressure points, they're going to vary on the pitch. Will it make it move? Between Dave Wallace and trying to tutor him at times, it was an event. But in closing, and there's a lot of heartfelt thoughts that are in this. There's a lot of fun to water a plant. And eventually it's a whole heck of a lot of fun to see it bloom into a flower. And that's what we saw with Orel Hershiser. And all of these guys here were privileged enough to have you as a teammate. But I want to tell you something. It's really something to have you as a friend. Congratulations.
Thank you, Rick. Now, there's an extra special former teammate of Orel's who wasn't able to be here today, but still wanted to be very much a part of this ceremony. So one more time, turn your attention back to Dodger Vision. A message from another legend, Kirk Gibson.
Everybody tonight for coming out to celebrate Orel Hershiser's induction into the Legends of Dodger Baseball. You know, I remember hearing about Orel back in Michigan days when I was a kid when he was pitching for Adre Appliance to a championship. And then in 1988, when we became teammates, everybody remembers the 59 scoreless innings, which will never be broken, and certainly in my lifetime. But that's not really what I remember. I remember Orel in the game against the Mets. Not the game he started, but the game after the day he started, when Jay Howell got pulled out of the game for having pine tar on his glove. Orel went and got dressed, warmed up on his own, and called Tommy Lasorda and says, "I'm closing that game." It was a great win, and we went on to win the World Series. But the thing about it is, the kid threw his arm out for his teammates. He's the bulldog. He wanted it, and that's why Tommy named him the Bulldog. And a great teammate. Wish I could be there, but I'm out here in Buggy, Alaska, and I'm not going to be able to make it. I'll be out there where Detroit plays. We'll go out and have dinner with Orel and our teammates. And once again, congratulations, Orel. Love you, man. We couldn't have done it without you. You always say it's everybody else, but it was you. Good luck. Go Dodgers.
Today is about a ball player, but it's also about a person. When people ask me, what's Orel like? There's a story that I like to tell them to answer it. It's Orel's 60th birthday. We're in St. Louis. We decided to go out for dinner to celebrate. It's a group of about 8 of us, Orel and his wife Dana, several of us from the TV crew, and then randomly 2 of my college buddies that Orel decided to let tag along. All right, so we get to dinner. A couple hours in, it feels like it's time for the birthday toast. But instead of all of us toasting the birthday boy, Orel goes around the table, one by one, and toasts all of us, including my two college buddies that he had met like an hour ago. And he tells us all why we're special to him. That's Orel. That's the most thoughtful, generous person that I know. So it's been about a decade since we met for the first time. I got my first call from Orel 1 hour later. He called me to tell me he thought we were going to be good together. You've become my best friend. You've made my family your own. Sitting right here. And you taught me so many life lessons. First one, I'm going to make it a funny one so I get it together. This isn't on the script, but so that's probably bad news for you if I'm going off script. He taught me that you can make the most of having a weird name by using the same inappropriate joke over and over and over. Believe me, I've heard it a million times. He's taught me the importance of cherishing every moment. Nobody lives life to the fullest in every moment, quite like Orel and Dana do. It's okay to be hard on yourself, to chase perfection, but it's more important to be able to laugh at yourself too. It's okay to cry when you're sad, when you're happy, when you're on TV, when you're watching a Sarah Bareilles concert. You never know when it's going to be a good time to cry. The biggest lesson, though, that Orel has passed along, and I think it's a great lesson for all of us, is that it's this. When he looks back on his life, it's not going to be the awards he's won or the money that he's made or anything like that. The way that he's going to measure himself is how much did he give? How much energy? How much love did he give to other people? That's going to be his measure of a life well spent. When I talked to him earlier this week, I checked in. Oh, how's everything going? I know it's a busy week. There's a lot coming at you. And he says, so many people are putting in so much effort to make this a special day. And I hung up and I thought, how perfect. Because that's how you treat other people every day of your life. But you deserve today more as the beautiful person that you are. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, and yours too, Orel Hershiser.
Wow.
5 minutes.
Okay, 3 to 5 minutes. Good luck. Thank you, Joe. I love you too. Thank you, Rick. I continue to love you. It's been a long time. Jaime, you are my Latino father, and you know that. He calls me mijo. Dana, your family, thank you for coming out. I love you guys so very, very much. It's ridiculous what we've been through together. Thank you, God. I knelt next to a bed in the Bonaventure Hotel at the Westin. And I said, God, if you let me have a career here, I'll let this city and this world know where my ability came from. And I'm thanking him here again today. My teammates, I can't mention each one by name, but we did some unbelievable things. And it was a lot of fun, wasn't it? And they've already started fun in group text messages and everything else. To the coaches, Joey Malfitano, Ron Peronowski, God bless his soul, all the different coaches that helped me through along the way, thank you. Mid-career, I had 99 wins, and they put 3 bone anchors into my right shoulder, and it pretty much was an experimental surgery. And 2 guys brought me back. The guy who put the bone anchors in, Dr. Frank Jobe, God bless his soul, and Pat Screener, my therapist. Pat, where are you? Stand up. Stand up. World-class therapist. And thank you to the Los Angeles Dodgers for this honor. If I wasn't drafted by the Los Angeles Dodgers, we would not be seeing Orel Hershiser right now. Because what this organization did as a family and an excellence, it gave me people around me that were trying to achieve excellence every single day. When they unveil that plaque, my name will be on it. But really, it's a celebration of the Los Angeles Dodgers organization. Because I am truly an organizational player. I was a suspect, not a prospect. It took 8 of me to have the #1 draft pick be on the field playing baseball. We had to support him, and we had a shot at making it here. I'm an accumulation of great examples, great people, and great expectations. As for the pitching department, there's 4 on my Mount Rushmore. Rick Honeycutt, my catch buddy. You gotta have a fellow student that's trying as hard as you are to perfect this art. And Rick Honeycutt was that guy for me. There was my guidance counselor. That would be Ron Peronowski, our pitching coach. He could break down a hitter, he could help you through a side work, he could pick you up if you had a bad outing, and God bless Ron Peronowski. There was the professor in study hall. And this guy wasn't here all the time. But we'd have study hall in the Angel Clubhouse, which was an auxiliary clubhouse here at Dodger Stadium. We'd have study hall out to dinner. We'd have study hall in a hotel room. We'd have study hall in a lobby of a hotel. And that guy that kept me on track was Dave Wallace. Stand up, Dave. And then there was the dean of the schools, the master, the guy who taught us how to pick up our leg, the guy who taught us to set our hips, the guy who taught me that my shin bone would never get tired, the guy who taught me to move my head to the left right at release so that I could get inside my sinker a little bit more so that it would sink more consistently. And that gentleman that is at the basis of Dodger pitching is Sandy Koufax. Now that was the pitching part, and now's the makeup part. And the makeup comes from what you ended up seeing on the mound with those faces that you don't see here very often when I'm in front of the microphone. But the makeup came from 2 men. Tommy Lasorda, who named me Bulldog, and made me act like it. And not only made me act like it, he took me around in his whole life. I mean, when we won our 20th game in '88, he picked up the phone in his office and called the White House and had President Reagan say thank you to me and congratulations. He took me everywhere. He was my baseball father. And then the other gentleman that put it all together was Don Drysdale. He was a broadcaster on this club, but he was a mentor to me. He taught me how to be tough on the mound. He didn't allow me to have excuses after bad outings. He didn't tell me that, oh, they only scored you 2 runs, don't complain. He was a guy that said, you're tough out here, and you're going to learn to be classy off the field. And that's what's done. Fans, why did I listen to these guys? Why was I absorbing this? Well, my mom and dad had us do chores around the house. And my mom was tender and caring and kind and endearing, like she would show you the chores, how to wipe the counter off, how to fold the laundry, how to go out and weed the garden. My dad was a little different. He was firm, he was disciplined, and he wanted you to figure it out by just watching him, and then he would assign the chore. So one day he says, go clean the garage. I clean the garage, half hour, 40 minutes, sweep it all out. He comes out, he opens the door a crack, and he goes, no, try again. I do it again for about a half hour. This time I get the corners a little better. I organize the bikes a little bit more. He comes back out, I said, I'm done. He opens the door a little bit more, and he goes, no, try again. So I took everything out of the garage. I squirted the rafters, I squirted the floor, I scrubbed with a broom and got the oil stains up. I organized everything, brought it all the way back in, I squeegeed the water out of the garage, and I said, Dad, I'm done. He came out, he opened the whole door, looked around, started walking around the garage, all the way, every corner, and he said, good job. That's why I ended up listening to these guys. Because there is a way to do it when somebody gives you an example and makes you work hard. So thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you, fans, for holding us to the same standards that our parents gave us, that our coaches gave us, that this organization gave us. Thank you for holding us to those standards, and thank you for cheering when we jump over that bar that you set for us. And thank you for being frustrated with us when we don't, because that holds us accountable and makes us want to be good every day and work hard at it. I had a teammate, a veteran teammate, Bert Hoot. We drove in from Orange County because we couldn't afford anything better. And we drive in the commute, and he said, Orel, what's it like to be a big leaguer? How hard was it to get here? I said, oh man, it was really hard. He said, it's harder to stay. Thank you for letting me stay. God bless you.
It's time to make it official. It's time to unveil the plaque of the newest member of the Legends of Dodger Baseball. Assisting us with the unveiling are Orel's 88 teammates. Gentlemen, the honor is yours. Thank you, everybody, for being here for such a special night. And once again, congratulations to the newest legend of Dodger baseball, Orel Hershiser.